weekend there was two races incidents that happened. It sort of overshadowed the Indigenous round. It was a fantastic game of football on the weekend, but just those two incidents. There was a girl on Friday night, a young girl came out, made a racial statement, probably didn't realise what she said at the time. Eddie came out on the front foot, stuck up for the Collingwood Football Club and its supporters and said there was a zero tolerance about racism. Yeah. A couple of days later we see Eddie on radio and talking about, you know, perhaps that Adam Goodes should be promoting the King Kong musical that's coming to Melbourne, and obviously a lot of talk about that, and just want to know what your feelings are about Eddie, and people saying that he should stand down. Gilly, what's your thoughts on
look, first of all, I'll tell you what I'm going to say first. I'm going to say this Marngrook footy show is the greatest show, AFL show in Australia. What it does, everybody's spoken about it, all the media said stuff on radio, television, everything else. Everybody's opinions, and everyone's entitled to one, has been good. But you know what? No Indigenous comment from a former player or Indigenous people that's played the game. That's why I love this show, because we're going to get an Indigenous content. Yeah. We'll get it from me. We'll get it from me. Get it from whoever wants a comment. But you know what? First of all, I'm going to start off by saying what a stupid comment it was by Eddie. I don't know Eddie. I've come across him only with an interview. Don't know him. What he said, it's not acceptable. All right? It's a stupid comment, but you know what? What's been done and said, it's already been said now, okay? So what we need to do, we need to move forward. Eddie Maguire, he's the biggest personality in the media in this country. There's no question about that. He has to be part of the reconciliation process, because that's what's going to happen now through the AFL and all that sort of stuff. But you know what, brother? I thought really hard, how could I finish it off? This is how I'm going to finish it off. It always takes a tragedy or a disaster to bring people together. That's it.
Well, Gilly, Eddie has apologised profusely, and Adam obviously still pretty hurt with the comments, but you know
he shouldn't resign though, because we need him. Okay,
well sometimes it takes a big person to come out and say, look, I'm sorry and I've done the wrong thing, and Eddie has acknowledged that, and hopefully that. I think it's good that these things pop up now and again, Gil, because it's all about that education process. There's a lot of non-Indigenous people out there that don't have Aboriginal friends, so they're still not sure what to say and what's acceptable and what's not. So when these issues raise their ugly head, it's a good time to educate ourselves. And people might be saying now, I'm over this, I'm over Adam Goodes, and I'm over this, and what does that name mean? And you know, everyone's thin-skinned, but
it grew its ugly head again.
Yeah, but it's a good education process, don't you think, Gilbert? It helps educate people, so that's what it's about.
But let's move forward now.
But Ronnie, just on racism in general, it's just not a thing that's on the football field, is it? It's out there in society.
Well, it's not going to go away, but it's about, you said that word, it's about educating people out there. And I mean, this time, I mean, Adam Goodes is a guy that's was targeted and actually hurting about it, and then we support him. We love the man. He's a great fella, and we absolutely adore him and love him. But again, it's about educating people right across our nation. So it's something that we just got to go along with.
Chris, just in terms with the AFL and where it goes to from here, I know the AFL have a zero tolerance when it comes to racism off the field, on the field, off the field sort of thing. What would happen now with Eddie? He has to go through some sort of tribunal process. What happens? Yeah,
look, it'll be dealt with in-house. It'll be kept confidential for some time now until they get the right system right, that Eddie can go through some sort of as what they do with players as well, that racial vilified anyone. They'll go through a process where Eddie will be involved, and a lot of other people will be involved as well, and they'll try to just get the best outcome, whether it's to be involved in Indigenous programs, and we know he does a lot already with Indigenous programs in the Collingwood Football Club and with the AFL, and I think it's just about, again, as Gilbert said, it takes a tragedy like this for somebody to stand up and admit that they're wrong, but I reckon there's going to be a lot of good come out of it as well.
And Duck, what do you make of these incidents on the weekend?
Oh, just to reiterate what the boys have said and what you said, Grant, I think from two mistakes, and firstly from the 13-year-old girl, and I think the way Adam handled that, the way the AFL, the way Eddie handled it at the time, I thought was first class. And what you said before, in that what this will do is bring about education. I mean, I know that for a fact so many parents would have gone home and spoken to their kids. I've got a seven-year-old daughter, and at some stage over the next couple of weeks, I'll sit her down and have a chat to her about similar things. And I think that's the benefit that we get from what was two mistakes.
Okay.